I'm gonna actually watch the see when it comes in on the stream. I'm gonna have the sound on and see if it. I'm gonna actually watch. Oh, there you go. It's going in. So it's just in case it cut off my greeting. Hello again. Now I've been looking at the base, and I've noticed it looks kind of like a claw. And here now that I've looked at it, because it comes to a point down here, and it kind of has this upward ridge, right? And then this is where like the bone, like it would come to to whatever it's going toward, and then and then it has that undercurve like that. So it's been kind of neat. We actually quite accidentally made kind of a claw from orbit, from the orbit view. So let's continue on. I think we're doing quite well, if I remember correctly. Griffin, go ahead and save Stone from his purgatory of being stuck. Oh, he might not be the only one. There's Stone again. Ah, there you go. Maybe we can save him. Oh, there we go. We were able to save him. And, Roberto, you've got a mission to do yourself, so hopefully he goes and starts working on that too. Okay, it seems like maybe they really just don't need him. Oh, it's full, and we don't have a building material box. Hold on, we do need a building material box, otherwise we're always going to be a bit short. Building materials. We've pretty much put everything else right next to the factory, so we might as well put this pretty close by. Unfortunately, since we have this incinerator here, it's blocked off a little bit from being quite exactly where I'd like it to be. But we'll just put it there. And have low prioritize building that. Also, well, once he's ready. Once it's built, I'll have Stone set to throw building materials into there. Kind of appropriate we have him working on the stone building material assembly line. I think, right? No, actually, no, we don't have him doing any of that. Okay, never mind. Quite inappropriate, I guess, for him to be suddenly only just now on the stone assembly line. How about... There you go. I guess one at a time, which is kind of hilarious, but... Oh, we got combat. Plant is already fighting. I guess it was someone who must have been knocked out inside of our base, or they spawned inside of our base. I feel like they're spawning inside. They're just slipping in because I don't have all the walls done. It's probably that. Probably slipping in. Fortunately, I don't have a lot of people with specialized indoor weapons because it seems like these guys always get into indoor fights with us. Would really help sway the battle. Who are you going after? Oh, more people out here? Beat all the people you can. Okay, it seems like we actually were able to beat the entire group this time. Almost without... There's still a few people still up, but we might be able to beat it without actually having anyone go down. Should be quite the accomplishment, considering. We really need to get Saru back with the retired militia. I think Crumblejohn's going to have some issues because he's using a heavy weapon indoors. Okay, so these guys, you need to use the bed. You need to use the bed, please. If you don't use the bed, you're going to be in trouble. Because you're going to go through your food too quickly. Okay, let's also have load. Collect all the weapons from these downed fighters. Now, he should actually have where he holds to weapon and armor storage. But it doesn't seem like he's really doing all that. Or that, or we're just full. We do have that too. Got a bunch of these. Just go ahead and throw those in. For some reason the hauling doesn't seem to be working out all that well. I think it's because he's trying to go to that first one and it's failing, and then something's going on with that. Alright, so either way, let's have him go ahead and keep collecting. Oh, that's Griffin. Griffin, we set the armor storage on. That might be one of the reasons why. So haul to armor storage, weapon storage. Please put those in there. Thank you. And also Metacrate, please. You've got a ton. No? Never mind. I was hoping they would. Oh. Hey, John, how's it going? Yeah, we're doing alright, I think. We're doing alright. I'm surprised that we've actually held on this long, especially since we started extending the walls. I think it's just the veterans we have from the first kind of, I'd say, massacre. They came out pretty sharp. Oop. Now we did lose some limbs on Saru, but other than that, we haven't had too many more severe casualties. I don't think we've had any other casualties other than that. No one's died. I think we mostly need to make sure to get the armor and everything off these guys. Weapons particularly. Armor's not quite as important. Oh, you should store it. Again, it seems to be having some trouble with doing the storage. So he just kind of seems to run toward it. But that'll do. Oh, hold on. Go ahead and pick that. We also have a lot of medicine, which we really don't need to be holding on to. I mean, it's helpful, but not necessarily needed. Okay, let's go to Metacrate, because we have tons of medical equipment right now. Absolutely tons. Yeah, it is kind of kind of got the Great Wall of the swamp, yeah, over in here. It's taken up a huge portion of the swamp. Just because it looks like, and I was commenting that it looks almost like a claw. Once it's done, it's gonna almost look like a claw, unintentionally, but it kind of has that bend along the top, and it goes to a point. It goes to a really sharp point down here, and then comes up along. So kind of neat, or a tooth, like a shark tooth or something like that. Well, shark teeths are more straight. I mean, it's not the worst possible thing for walls to accidentally come out looking like. So it's gotta be up there with one of the better unintentional things I've done. Because we had to extend it because of this iron down here. Because iron was just too far away. We weren't having any chance to carry any iron anywhere. There we go. That should mean he'll keep working on it now. Okay, that's good. And we got a lot of structures being worked on. Oh my gosh, lots of white numbers over here. Let's see what we got working over here. I think that's gonna be. I can tell one of them red sabers. I can't tell who the fighter is. Ah, blood spiders. You know, it's better that they run into the blood spiders than us. And also, the good thing is we get to keep our doors closed. Even though we did set ourselves as open to public, which is kind of funny. But we get to keep our doors closed. We have crossbows here now as well. Which should be fun to work out. And this will just be easier and easier to fight these guys because they're generally going to be... We've disarmed most of them. So it should just be easier each time to kind of wear them down until finally they're ready for the furnace. And we can throw them into the corpse furnace. Which in hindsight sounds really grim. Let's see. In fact, hold on, maybe we should go ahead and burn a few things. We can get iron from it. Raw iron. So we could do something with these extra weapons and gear. Sets of gear. Ooh, another polearm. That's actually really good. We could use that. And we also have some more combat cleavers. We did beat a whole band of bones, which I was really happy with. I was not expecting us to beat a band of bones with the margins we won with. Which it was pretty good. Let's see what we can take off this guy real quick. Oh, he's awake. Yep, he's awake. We did get his weapon before he did anything. He's playing dead though. We could. It does have we might rename it actually, because we took it back from. So the town's name currently is Raptor's Curse. We called it Raptor's Glory first. Then after the massacre, we changed it to Raptor's Curse. So let's go. I like claw because it's really shaped like it. So why not we do Raptor's Claw? How about that? We have a bandit raid incoming. I almost totally forgot about that. So I forgot how to change it. Raptor's Claw. Mission. We took it back. It's no longer cursed by raptors. I haven't seen them for a while. So I think we have effectively beaten them here. We effectively have taken it back from the raptors. Now, one thing I should note is these beds here. If you're ever curious about the difference between the camping beds and the the upright beds, the upright beds actually do they do ×8 health regen, and then the camping beds only do ×4. So a lot of times you can find free camping beds just sitting around in cities. Mostly I keep wanting to call them Empire, but United Cities has which is still ironic to me. I find that still hilarious that the one where it's illegal to be poor has the most public betting, because that's fine. I find that funny, but the Holy Nation, you really don't find much of it. They'll give you free food when they pass you a lot of times, but they won't. They don't have a lot of free betting around, unless I miss it. Maybe in the temples. A lot of free seating though. So we've been working on we're making polearms. I forgot, we're actually making polearms, aren't we? Forgot who we have doing that. The only problem is that we're gonna get worn down by these guys before the raid ever even gets here. I'm actually authentically starting to get a little worried. Gonna make sure I reserve a bed for Load real quick, because he needs it pretty bad. Because he's starting to get pretty badly hurt across the board. see if there's anyone else who's pretty badly hurt. Jewel probably doesn't need it as much as Farley. Well, actually, come to think of it, not many people are hurt anyway. So maybe let's have Dr. Chung rest a little bit. Let's have Dr. Chung rest a little bit. He's been working hard, keeping everybody fed. I'm wondering when that raid's gonna get here, though. The raid's got... It's a bandit raid. It's Black Dragon Ninjas, which means they're going to be coming in with sharp weapons, which is kind of okay. That's kind of good for us, believe it or not. As weird as that is to say, that's not really bad for our kind of setup, because we are... oh, they've arrived. Now, I might be able to punch him in the face. I don't know. I don't think Black Claw I typically can. No. Oh, not Black Claw. Black Dragon. Okay, so they're over here at this gate. We're going to actually kind of wait until they start attacking the gate, because there's some fighting going on already. It's a spider. Oh, someone's talking about Dima. They're having a little conversation while we're just absolutely getting... in absolute trouble with what we call it, a blood spider. Let's make sure we take off the thing. There we go. Take advantage of them having just a casual conversation out there. A lot of dying red sabers in here too. Okay, I think they've just kind of sat out there for a while. They don't typically have demands. Oh, where'd they go? Did they... Oh no, they're inside. They're actually coming at us now. Go ahead, drop that streak. And we need a kid over here. Everyone stop your jobs. And go ahead and we need to get the fighting going. So it's only, combat slots only allow us one at a time, so we want to divide up our best fighters. These bundling up isn't going to help out. I could just go down the line. Gonna maybe send Slink over there. And kind of do reverse back order. You could just let it kind of naturally go, which is alright. It doesn't mess up anything, I wouldn't say. Okay, well, actually we do have some extra ones, so we'll send our kind of really fresh set of people down in here. Infinite Wingwing's pretty tough, so you should be able to help out. Let's see how we do. As long as we keep it one-on-one, for the most part, we're going to do alright. Now, outnumbering someone can help, but you just don't really want to overdo it. You don't want to put your best fighters all outnumbering somebody, because your bad fighters are going to get taken out pretty quickly. And you're going to be left with your worst. Actually, I think we're doing alright, I think. As long as nobody loses any limbs. They mostly... Now, Black Dragon, I believe, are mostly equipped with ninjados. Ninja blades, which I think are called ninjados, but I'm not sure. Oh boy, that was a tough hit to the... Look to the chest. Dr. Chung is down. That's not good. He's the medic. Help the medic. It's because these guys backpack on right now. Oh boy, some of them flying. There's a Black Dragon Guinea. Oh, we got more coming in. Now, if we actually are trying to heal, that's going to be free hits against us, and that's not ideal. Now, as you can see, we're doubled up. We got these two against us. Now, while only one can really hit us at a time, they can swing virtually almost the same time. So combat speed is where fighting 2 versus 1 really helps. If you're an attacker with high combat speed, you're just going to absolutely push the advantage. If you're a defender with high combat speed, you're going to be able to really effectively juggle as if you're fighting one-on-one. If you're really, really fast, it's basically everything's a one-on-one. And just don't let people get behind you, because even though you can block behind you, it's not as easy. I would definitely say it's not nearly as easy. So as you can see, he ran up while he was blocking and hit him in the back. Always a great thing. So if you kind of watch, they target onto each other, and then as one hits, another one starts swinging. So keep that in mind when you're setting up groups, or if you're playing Kenshi, because that's a real. If you can get really good at that, you can win fights you otherwise wouldn't be able to win. Strike with our polearm is doing pretty good. She's kind of our polearm specialist. We've set her up as our polearm specialist. So, oh, Griffin's giving us some dialogue. What we call it, Dr. Chung getting immediately talking about helping other people with. Okay. So I think we got that all worked out. Now, a lot of them are going to get back up, so loads got to work quickly. We're going to disarm them all. That's a priority. We could take off their armor, but which sometimes is actually the better option. If someone's a really good martial artist, take their armor. Because then it's going to be, you can confirm a knockdown much easier. But seeing as these guys have a lot of edge weapons, and we have a lot of metal weapons, and they have no... if someone tries to do martial arts against you and you have metal weapons, and they don't have armor, like hand protection, they're going to... hold on, where is Komo-John? Right here. Someone like with fist protection, they're going to actually do damage to themselves every time they hit and you block. So it's a really good idea to really... to rid them of their weapons if they don't have fist protection, because they're going to pretty much break both their arms against your weapons, which I guess in lore it's that they're cutting up their arms against your weapons. Oh, there we go. Oh, and he went straight down. I was much more worried than probably needed to be, apparently. Okay, we need to drop off these weapons. Good thing is they can do it from a pretty good distance. Also, those are nice to sell. These are pretty decent quality for selling purposes. Okay, so let's go ahead and take all the ones that still have weapons. I think he had weapons, no? We don't need to worry so much about the unarmed ones. Also, they're very unlikely going to punch off our limbs. They can. That is definitely the thing that can happen. But it's very unlikely. That's something we're going to have to really worry about. I'm also worried about blood spiders, because all these corpses are going to really reel them in. Actually, I'm still kind of curious if I can throw someone who's unconscious in a... Oh, so there's combat going on, fighting going on. Where are these guys getting up? I want to actually get Infinite Wing here to grab him. He's unconscious. I want to see if I can just throw him into the corpse furnace right out. Let's see what happens. No, he can't. That would have been pretty useful, but he can't. Just having everybody pretty much going around healing everybody up. We need to share some of our medical equipment. So one for Dr. Chung, one for Griffin. Griffin can hold on to one. And start medicing up. We have tons of medical equipment, so we really should not be hoarding it. Let's drop it on a few of our guys. Get a nice spread. We don't need everybody to have it, but we do need a good amount. Some people will mess with their jobs. Well, the last thing we need to do is just end up bleeding out. Actually, he's got both his weapons on his back, but both his arms broken, so he couldn't do anything. Okay, we got more people at us. Go on, Crumble John. Show us what that thing can do. Come on, do your thing. Okay. Oh, you got another chance. You got another chance to shine. Okay, you'll get there, Crumble John. Okay, just swept his legs from under him right there. Everybody heal up. We have a lot of edge weapons, so they'll probably end up just dying of blood loss soon anyway. The black dragons. Okay. So let's turn our jobs back on, and we should be able to fight them pretty much casually for now. I don't think anyone lost limbs there. Unless someone's really rolling up around with some serious skills. Yeah, can't throw. Yeah, that would not be a fun thing to be thrown. I just saw that. Yeah, that would not be a fun thing to be thrown into the furnace while unconscious, but then like still alive, because it would be pretty much like it'd be pretty much like that torture. So yeah, it would not be a fun thing to happen. But it'd be mechanically pretty useful for us. Just because they're going to attract blood spiders, and blood spiders are going to really mess with us if they can get in. They'll be challenging, to say the least. Not everybody has splinted injuries, though, yet, so I'll have to keep an eye out for who can help splint up. Splint Zim's injuries, if you can. Splint his injuries. There you go. Oh, we'll wait. They'll probably heal up before we need to worry about it. Until those walls are down, our crossbows are pretty much not gonna be too useful. Sorry, we just kind of watched that one. Sorry, we just kind of watched everything going on there. Unfortunately, he can't really help us out because he's missing both. She's missing both her left arm and her right leg, so she can't do crafting, and she can neither stand nor use both of her arms. So that's a real unfortunate mix of injuries there. Also, a little bit of a gold star for being able to get the most unique injury so far. We've lost 2 arms, a right leg, and she's lost a right leg and an arm. So first one to lose both both an upper limb and a lower limb. So of our retirees, that's the most unique injury. Because typically, I think if you lose your typically once you get downed, it's hard to end up losing something else, especially if you lose a leg first. Probably if you lost your arm first, not too hard. Oh yeah, throw option. There's not a throw option. There's a pick up and drop option, but the game does bug out sometimes, and it punts them like 100 feet into the air. I want to see if I can actually get it to do that. Just for fun on one of these guys. Pick up. I think there is a way of also saying to dump them outside, but I don't think I can do it until my walls are done. You know what? I want to see if I can. No, it's just foraging animals. There typically is something about like. Hold on. No. I think you can only do it out of houses. Out of houses, I think you can set a job to where... Whoop. Combat. Dr. Chung's down. His chest is doing pretty bad, so he's just getting up only to get hit in the chest again. When Dr. Chung gets up, we'll switch him for one of these people who don't have such a bad injury. Okay, hold on. Dr. Chung, run right there. Also, preferably heal yourself. Believe it or not, our doctor does not have a med kit on him. Let's go ahead and get a med kit on him. A good amount of med kits, actually. Throw a bunch. Just so we know he's prepared. He is the doctor. He is the doctor of the group, after all. So let's go ahead and get him to lay down over here. Someone who doesn't have a bad injury, go ahead, stand up. Load, you can move, make room. It's not that bad compared to his injury. Our walls are still it's gonna take a long time to get this finished. We're going to work some more copper in there too, which is pretty nice. But once we got this finished, we won't have to worry about blood spiders so much anymore. We've been having trouble with blood spiders, which we couldn't get before. But yeah, sometimes it'll punt, but like it'll punt them like hundreds of feet, like in the air, or it can, but it's not something you can really plan for. It's just an accident thing. It's also very unfortunate when it's your teammate and you're trying to save them, so you're putting them down, so you do first aid, and you see them then proceed to bounce hundreds of feet forward away, while, you know, on the edge of death, you know, potentially into enemy groups. Good thing is these walls are pretty quick to get up. We have the construction of our buildings kind of paused for the moment. So we get all this worked out. I forgot who we have doing the weaponsmith. It's actually Plant. Plant is working on the weaponsmith. Or is our weaponsmith expert. Actually, speaking of, I'm surprised that they're not actually already working in there again right now. Oh, because we're full up. Hold on. We need someone who actually can. Let's get rid of that. Let's do. Actually, hold on. We need to set them to. Oh, they don't have a backpack, so they can't actually haul pole arms. Funny enough. They do need to have it where they can haul weapons, though. They do have a bunch of weapon stands behind them, so let's just set them to these. There we go. So the hope is that they'll just keep dropping them off in these. They'll kind of have to just leave the combat cleaver there for the moment, because they don't have a backpack. So they'll have to just use whatever is the last thing they smith. Now we don't have a light in here, which is unfortunate, because that will impact our quality. Yeah, exactly. Set them down and they go to the moon. They just launch. Sometimes it seems like they bounce a little bit. Other times it's like goodbye, goodbye forever. And sometimes they'll freeze in the air. Like if they land on terrain, they'll freeze like half fall, because once they hit terrain, sometimes they'll stop. So you can get now. If that ever happens, there is a reset location thing you can do. So that isn't game over if you happen to have that happen. But there is the ability to fix that. But we need lights. And you know what? I'm going to do torch posts. I don't care if it's a fire hazard. Torch posts are pretty much one and done. And I think it fits the mood. It kind of, you see a lot of that around the Holy Nation areas, so it kind of fits the Okranite theme, I think. Let's think here. Set some light in here too, because these are probably getting negatively affected. There we go. And set a light maybe on either side of the door, just to look kind of nice. A little uneven, but whatever. Asymmetry can make something look better. Sometimes. Sometimes it can. That'll take more resources, but they should be pretty quick, and the return in terms of better weapons will be pretty nice. Right now, also, you know, we're going to make some Paladin's Crosses too. We're going to throw those in there. Short cleavers. We're going to have a whole lineup. Long cleavers. So we'll go pretty much down the line and just get as many of them as we can. I know too, even though the Naginata and Naginata Katana would be really good ones, since the absolute prevalence of animals in the swamp, I'm kind of leaning to more anti-human weapons, because I think we're going to get to a point of where we can fight most of those animals without much help. I think we're having a strike going on here by Hot Logs and Slink. There we go. You like getting stuck on that crate. Stone, go ahead and, uh-oh. Somebody needs to save Stone from oblivion. Stone, can you move? Can you move, Stone? I don't know, who's up there? Crumble John, save your fellow teammate. Pick up. Okay, there we go. Oh, go ahead, put him down. It's such an inconvenient spot. I guess because we're really trying to pack too much in here, and so sometimes they just get stuck. So we got. Hold on, I think we're almost actually done with a lot of the stuff, which is very nice. Once you get the lighting, we got, I think, just the tip of the claw to kind of go. And then we got very, very little more to finish in terms of our tech level. And we got these buildings here, which we got. This is a weapon manufactory. This can be a armor manufactory, which we'll finally be able to get chainmail for everybody. Under chainmail. Now chainmail takes a absolute lifetime to make, basically. It takes so long to make. So whoever's doing chainmail is going to be on it for a long while. Oh, we got a little nice lighting in here now. It's looks kind of homey. And we got item furnace out here for when we want to dump all the the low quality gear we made. In fact, Griffin, go ahead and run back over here. Let's dump some of the stuff we just made. So that's low quality. That's low quality. Dump both of these. And let's get rid of those. Let's see how Plant's doing. Plant's sleeping. He's kind of, but they're kind of injured, so that's okay. I wonder if we still have an invasion going on anytime soon. Outlaws really like us for some reason. I think we freed a bunch of them. I didn't realize they had actually their own faction. We have a lot of red and green on this map. We don't have any upcoming events. So it's mostly just kind of fixing the structure. I think we got... The biggest problem is our stone production is terrible. But stone production is a kind of a one-time thing, really. Once you got your base built, you really don't need stone for much more. Other than just making it all look nice. Now, as you can see, while they're working here, you can kind of see how their laboring is affected. Well, just by injuries, because they're not affected by light, but the quality of whatever weapons you're making are actually impacted by whether they're in bad light. Okay, current smithing, like right here, current smithing 22 minus 22. Something is lowering his smithing, or they're smithing pretty bad. And it's either going to be that it's lighting, weapon smithing. Kind of curious whether it's lighting or plant skill is 9 minus 22. Maybe that's just to make it. And normally it says it will say whether it's lighting or not, but it doesn't seem like it's really telling me. No, it goes into this little operating machine. No, it likes to tell you where their skill is. The relevant skill, weapon smithing. There we go. Injuries. It's all injuries. Oop. So they need to really rest. And otherwise, they're going to keep putting out poor quality junk. Oh, why'd they? They took the stuff out of the item furnace. Don't just leave it there. Leave it there. Don't do your job for a second. Just rest. You've earned it, plant. Rest for just a little bit. Meanwhile, let's make sure that junk gets burned. Okay, it's burned. So go ahead, jump back to your job whenever you're ready. So it's going to come out pretty low if they're in the dark. Like right now, as you can see, it's minus 60, and that's because it's going to be they're really in the dark. Okay, we got combat. Ah, just one of the red sabers that we stripped. That's just combat practice. Once you get this down over here, we also need crossbows. Now, a good idea is if you are building on a base, building on the water is not a bad idea because they have to then swim up to you or kind of come at an angle. So, pretty defensible to kind of have your base built on the edge of water. Especially if it's your only entrance. To be honest, having one entrance does have a lot of advantages, and there's a cold kill box mentality of where you would move this further back up, and you have 2 rows down on either side. And then you'd have a right kind of, let's say where that stone is, where that small iron resource, and you'd have two walls going back into it and have crossbows ahead of the walls. But this is more for aesthetics. And I don't think that we're going to really end up having crossbows be a practical method of the defense of our little town. Beyond just kind of weakening the enemy a little bit. Because we just have too many entrances. That someone's going to not be able to make it around in time for them to be able to help out. And not quite enough people. In fact, speaking of people, squad-wise, we're sitting at 23 out of the max 30 people we can have, 4 of which are now in our retiree fund. Oh, we got a little wandering assassin coming in and visiting us. Now, I wonder who these guys are. I think those are the material traders from before. Now, we could send Saru in some funny clothes and have him gamble. Just for fun. That's always fun. Let's have some food get made. Hot longs, come on. You need... Uh-oh. Hot longs, buddy. I think you're stuck. There we go. Put down. I'm starting to really get worried about that food. Here, you work on the food too. If you can. It's empty, yeah. But can it not be empty? Oh, we are out. We're really short on rice weed. Rice weed is growing. Oh, that's not good. I think we're eating significantly faster than we're technically that we can technically cook. We need probably another farm. I'm kind of worried because raptors haven't been around in a while, so I almost attribute that partly to that they kind of learned to stop taking from those farms. So we might need to invest in making some more farms. Or next time Material Traders comes around, we need to pay for some rations. Total on 2. It's always an option. Rations are my favorite food in this game because they're the best food in this game. As long as you can get them at around 1,000, they're totally worth it. Otherwise, it's not really. Needs water. Do we not have water? Is water our limiter here? Oh, you can't carry. Is it that you can't carry? You don't have enough. Hold on. Okay, now let's see if he... There we go. Now it's going alright. Come on, Slink. Help the cause. Help the cause of getting the food made. We desperately need it. We desperately need it. We got Griffin and Benji starving. Let's see. We also have the sake still for some reason with some stuff in it, which is kind of a waste because we're not making sake right now. Sake would be something great to put in here, along with food and medical equipment. In fact, if we could actually move some of this stuff out and switch it around, put it in the right places, we could start actually trying to set up the... Oh, I think you got materials first. Don't want to stop building the wall, so let's go ahead and keep getting that built. Alright, now go ahead and run back in here, and let's rearrange this real quick. Because I want to show you kind of how to use the shop counter. So the shop counter, the things that sell best at the shop counter are going to be food and medical items. So let's go ahead and move all this into armor, our armor chests. we go. And where is our Medicrate? We'll use some of the medical equipment because that's probably going to be the best since our hemp farms seem to be working overdrive. Okay, there we go. So as long as nobody takes it out. Hold on, we need to find a place to move this. Let's go ahead and throw this into the furnace, the item furnace. That armor. Won't get anything from it really, but we don't need that much stuff. It's gonna be difficult to sell because as soon as we try to sell stuff to any merchant, they're gonna walk immediately away after the first batch. So unless you get a lot of people up and ready to go and sell, which would be a recommendation I would make, is get a bunch of people ready to go to the merchant as soon as they get there, and that can help out. Ooh, someone said something. Griffin and Benji are gonna be malnourished in a second. How's our food box doing? Gonna run here. Problem is everyone else is eating ahead of them. He's working as fast as he can, but I don't think it's nearly fast enough. Here, they're starving, so I'm gonna have you guys run here. And have you two run away. You two run here. Hold on, he needs to throw, hold on. Let's throw this onto Griffin's inventory. There we go. And did Griffin eat all of it? Yeah, he ate all of it. Griffin, you needed to share, just a little. Okay, we need more food, or more, rice. It's gonna be a while before we get any more rice. Okay, Load, you're gonna have to do a bit of an expedition here and get a bunch of those swords before you do. You want to get the best quality ones. Because each one will sell for a few hundred. Anything with a black handle, I think, will sell for a decent price. A black or white handle. And then let's move on to the... You know what? I've been carrying around this for a long while. Well, no, it kind of fits our theme though. I was gonna say I'd be able to make some more space. We'll just hold on to it. So let's go ahead and run to Rot. Hopefully no one attacks us in the meantime. We can spend the night over there. We should be pretty quick. We're all pretty spry. We're running at 22 miles per hour. Fully equipped. We can spend the night over there. Oh. Hold on, I actually turned the secondary volume on. There we go. Here, let's turn off his job real quick so we can just keep him here. I did a sound check by accident. Okay, let's wait till morning. We actually have him run by and gamble a little bit in Mudtown. Just in case anyone missed the gambling episode last time. We did a gamble. You can actually gamble in Kenshi. That's something that a lot of people don't know about. There's actually a casino in Mudtown and a casino in Shark 2. And you can actually do some fun little gambling games. You should pretty much hire like a game of higher or lower. Let's first get everything worked out here. We need food. Hopefully no one attacks us in the meantime though. Double check the faction relations. No one's got a planned attack. And the town should work alright while I'm not here, so They'll just stack up building materials. Gotta wait till 6 a.m. is when the stores will open. We're at day of 151. This stream has gone for 151 Kenshi days. Not quite a Kenshi year. Not quite a Kenshi year. We need to get 365, but to do we'll call it a full Kenshi year, but a pretty decent run there. Okay, we should be almost there. Poor Benji, just don't starve before we get back. We'll try to buy as much as we can. We should be able to buy a good amount with the swords we have, as long as they have enough food. Come on, we're almost there. The Swamper Gate Guard ran up. Watch out about going into Shark, though. Civil War breaks out. Way too much there to be safe. Okay. Now let's buy as many ration packs, Gohan, and rice bowls, I think. And those are like dirt cheap, and we can use those for making some more stuff. So let's go ahead and head back to our base. And that barely slows them down. Load strength has gone up ridiculously. Oh, where's... Oh, Griffin, you're getting in over your head. Oh, no, everybody come down and help him out. Oh, Griffin, really get out of there. Or actually set the block real quick. Okay, there we go. Medic. And then load. You just keep running back up here. Oh, he's already back. Okay. So find Benji. Trade with Benji. Is he eating? Ah, he ate. Good, good, good. Good to see. Okay, let's throw the remainder of the food back into our food boxes. There we go. And throw this into our rice weed. There we go. Alright, looking nice. And we're even already cooking up some more food. Doesn't take a lot. Doesn't take a lot to get yourself back settled. I'm actually kind of really happy with how the base is turning out. We still rely really heavily on the neighbors, which is not the best situation to be in. But once we get these walls down here, we're going to be pretty nice off. We're going to be pretty well off. Uh-oh. Did we forget that we didn't finish off the spiders probably? Oh no, red sabers. Oh, some red saber invasion going on here. Load's getting smacked on all fronts here. Red sabers, I generally let it do auto, but maybe I should try not to leave it to its own devices too much. See how we do. Oh! Let's see how Shrike's polearm skills are going along. Get a swing in. There we go. Oh, yeah, it's doing alright. Polearm has a 30% bonus against, or pretty much it reduces the damage reduction of armor by 30%. So it's a pretty nice one. That's why I was leaning more toward those than the other variants. Than the Naginata variants, because those are even better against animals, but lately we haven't been attacked by animals that much. And spiders don't fall under the animal category, if I remember correctly. So definitely double check, especially on the wiki. If you ever hear, like for example, Falling Sun, for example, only applies to its damage against gorillas, only apply to certain gorillas. So you could go into a fight thinking you're going to absolutely trounce them and find yourself quickly outmatched. You're relying on those numbers. Wow, this guy's actually kind of... Is that the boss? That's his normal red saber. He actually leveled up in his attack, I think. Wow, okay, we finally got him. Have a heal up real quick. Who are we fighting? Who are we fighting? Oh, that's person already... Another person already got back up by that time. I think a big problem with Dr. Chung's weapon is we did give him the flesh cleaver because it felt so thematic for the for both the cook and the doctor to have a flesh cleaver. But I think it's really getting him to really have to get up in there and get into combat more than he really probably ought to. Uh-oh, is that another person getting up? Possibly. And as you can see, one by one by one. So keep that in mind whenever you're going. That ironically though is what makes solo possible, because otherwise everyone could swing at you at the same time, and soloing would be pretty much virtually impossible without just a total specialization in combat speed, which is still good for solo. All right, well, thank you guys for watching. I think we've come to the end of the stream. Fun. Thanks, John, for showing up. Record. And we'll be back tomorrow, and I think I'm gonna do a special. I think I'm gonna to change it up a little bit. I normally do EVE Online on Fridays. I might change it up. I might change it up to something different, and see what you guys think, and then hop back on maybe EVE Online next week. And if it does well this week. If the different game does well this week, we'll keep doing it. So, all right. So nice. Thanks for showing up, and see you later. All right. Bye.